So Chris, we had the opportunity, you had the opportunity, I'm a little jealous, to test the Mileseey BNV20. Is this night vision? What is this thing?
It's an infrared set of binoculars.
All right, binoculars you can see in the dark. This is the package. You can kind of see what it looks like, but let's show them what this is. And I want to know what your initial impressions were when you received this this device.
First impression, Denny, was the hard shell case that it came in. There was no shipping damage. It happens more often than not, especially with electronic stuff. So I was really happy to see this high quality hard shell case.
Yeah, you know, sometimes things get damaged in shipping, whether it's FedEx or UPS or Postal Service. No damage, and pretty nifty packaging, I should say.
Very.
We'll get to the price later, but I'm just going to throw a little nugget out there. For the money, I was really impressed, not even having used this myself, impressed with the way it was packaged. Likewise yourself?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So you used this. How did you use this, in what capacity, and briefly, how does this thing work?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. It has daytime mode, night mode, has a button to increase the strength of the IR beam. And so how I tested this is I went outside when it was pitch black at nighttime, zoomed in on some items that I already knew what the distance was. I used my rangefinder during the day and got some exceptional footage from as far away as 600 feet. And then I heard my dogs going crazy in the backyard. So I run around the back.
Good timing. You had something you could see in the dark with.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we'll throw up a picture. When you're not running with something like this, it captures some pretty decent quality images. But I was about 100 foot away, and there was a possum running across the top of one of our fences, and two of our pit bulls.
And when you say
were trying to get it,
right, of course, the old possum at night, guys, messing with the dogs. You said you captured images. How did that work?
Really straightforward. Just a quick press of the power button. If you hold the power button for more than a few seconds, it shuts down. But if you just tap it lightly, which this button right here, it'll take a still image. It'll take videos as well.
So you can take pictures in the dark. You can take videos in the dark. That sounds pretty nifty. This thing must be super expensive.
Actually, it's not. So they were $399. They're now $199. And I don't believe that's a sale price. I think that's their regular price. So, I mean, the price of this sort of stuff has come way down recently, and good bang for the buck. I will say that on the bottom here, there's no 1/4-20 thread, to put on a tripod or a mount.
Okay, gotcha.
And so you have to be holding it pretty steady to get good quality images. The picture of the possum that we'll throw up on the screen at some point here is kind of blurry because I was running and I was 100 foot away from where it was happening. But the still images where I did have it steady, you'll see a pretty darn good resolution for pitch black at night.
Right. So I know people are going to ask, infrared. How does infrared differ from a thermal device? You're a techie guy. I know you may know a little bit more than I do about the technical details and things like that.
So thermal is picking up a heat signature off of something. IR, you actually have a light that casts IR. It's invisible to the human eye, but the device will pick it up. So this front button here actually allows you to increase the strength of the IR when you're in nighttime mode.
Okay, cool.
Actually makes a pretty dramatic difference. If you're really close to something and you have it on a lower IR setting, it looks great, and then you crank it up a notch, it's all white. It kind of blanks it out because it's just saturated in IR light.
I'm super jealous. I didn't get to use this yet.
Well, I'm sure you will at some point.
What distance do you think this thing would be good for, pitch black as it is?
They rate it, I believe, for 650 feet.
Okay.
I took pictures at 600 feet and really decent quality.
Awesome. Well, the price point seems pretty good. You had a chance to use it. We've talked about a few of the details. Let's get down to the brass tacks, the nitty-gritty critique. Now, we use the same details across the board for all the products that we're reviewing on Survival Dispatch so that we can, have a baseline and a comparison. And let's just discuss those details, and we're going to dig right into it.
All right.
So let's talk about shipping time. Tell me about your shipping time. You gave it a 5 out of 5. Why?
This company reached out to us out of the blue, asked if we'd be willing to review it. I should state that we don't accept payments from anybody. We have had vendors say, can we pay you to review this product? And our response is, we'll review the product, but we won't take any payment for it. We don't want it to skew the results at all. So we said, yeah, sure. I mean, for that price point, let's have a look at it. And it came in the blink of an eye.
Awesome.
Like very fast. That's why we'll give them 5 out of 5. It was fast.
All right. Criteria number 2 is packaging. We kind of talked about that already. Sturdiness, appearance, ease of opening. Again, you obviously was very pleased with the packaging because you gave it a 5 out of 5.
You can see the box had no damage to it. Of course, the hard shell case protected the camera or binoculars. Shipping was great. Packaging was great.
Yeah.
Good quality.
Now, I've been on the website. We're talking about criteria 3 now, the website description, accuracy, almost a perfect score. Not quite. We gave it a 9 out of 10.
It's fairly comprehensive as far as describing the functionality of the device. A little bit of room for improvement there. Probably a language barrier to a certain extent because it was made overseas. But overall, pretty good. It set expectations properly. In other words, they didn't overpromise and underdeliver.
Gotcha. We kind of talked about this a little bit already, product appearance and aesthetics. Obviously, it's a pretty nice looking device, really nice packaging, right? So you gave it a 9 out of 10.
It's clean, Denny. I mean, it's very clean. You've got 2 banks of buttons. You've got a zoom feature here. And you've got a viewport, and that's literally it. Like it's very clean. It's very utilitarian in nature. It's a decent looking device for sure.
Now, obviously, when you have a technical device like this, you need some good instructions. That's criteria number 5, easy to understand instructions. You gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it comes with a small booklet in multiple languages. Scanned through it very quickly. Didn't take much time to get a handle on the functionality. I thought the instructions were good.
Cool. Criteria number 6 is ease of use. You gave it an 8 out of 10. That's the only one you knocked down from a 9. It's got an 8. Why is that?
Well, when you press some of these buttons, the period of time that you hold the button down has a different effect.
Okay.
So if you accidentally hold something just a millisecond too long, it might take you into a menu or do something that was unintended that you didn't want to do. From a functionality standpoint, I would probably actually prefer to see a couple more buttons and break them out so you didn't have a stack of functions in one button that depends on, a different period of time of pressing it. 8 out of 10 is still pretty fair, but you do have to be careful what you press, when you press it, and how long you press it for.
Gotcha. So read those instructions, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about warranty coverage. That's a criteria number 7. For the warranty coverage, you gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a great warranty. They were really nice people to deal with. They responded really quickly to everything. If there's a problem, they replace it, no questions asked.
Cool. Overall quality and value, criteria number 8. Our first 10 out of 10. Tell us about that.
Well, if it was still priced at $399, might have been an 8, maybe a 9. But for $199 and this level of functionality, it's a lot of bang for the buck.
I agree. Not even having used it, I agree, just based on the pictures that you showed me and our discussion we had about this. I would expect a package like this to be no less than just, I'm going to pull a number out of the air, $500,
right.
Based on the information that you gave me. So for me, not even having used it yet, can't wait to use it. I'm going to borrow it tonight if you don't mind.
Of course.
I think it's an excellent value for the money. Number 9 is product support and customer service, 14 out of 15.
Same thing I mentioned previously. Every time I approached them with a question, they replied incredibly fast, had the right answer. I thought their customer support was top notch.
Yeah. So when we were starting to discuss doing these reviews, you explained to me that we give a higher value to whether it's American made or not. You had a very interesting reason behind that.
We're extremely prejudiced towards American made products. And if it is made in America, we give it 15 out of 15. If it's made by a NATO partner, like the ballistic helmets we recently did, they're made in Denmark, we give it a 7 out of 15.
Yep.
And if it's from anywhere else, we give it a 0 out of 15.
And unfortunately, this is not made in America or by a NATO partner, so it gets a 0 out of 15.
It got 0 out of 15. That's correct.
All right, cool. So the subtotal out of 100 guys is 78. A very respectable score. If it had been made by one of our NATO partners or American made, obviously it would have a much higher score. So I can't wait to try it, guys. I hope I pronounced the name of the company, Mileseey. See, I'm thinking may see a mile, not quite a mile.
Exactly. Yeah.
But check these out, guys, and we're going to have a link right in the description. Hit that link to check it out, and we'll see you again soon on Survival Dispatch.
All right.